In this do now, you're asked, what is the name of this three-dimensional figure right here, and to find its volume. So pause your video now so you have a chance to name it and find the volume. This shape is called a triangular prism because the base of it is a triangle. You have one triangle here and you have one triangle here, and it just goes parallel straight back between the two of them. And that is a triangular prism. So to find the volume, we have to do the area of the base, big B, times the height. So first, to get the area of the base, it's a triangle, so we have to do 1/2 base times height of the triangle. The base of the triangle is 4. The height of the triangle is 6. This 7 is a slant height, and we don't really need it. We need the height of 6 and the base of 4. So with this, we have 1/2 times 4 times 6, or 12 square inches. So to get the volume, we take that 12 square inches, the area of the base, and we multiply it by the height of the prism, which is how far this triangle had to move to get to the other triangle. So 12 times 12, which equals 144 cubic centimeters. Quick check on the calendar. Remember, we're not going to have class on Wednesday and Thursday because it leads right into spring break, so we're just going to do Monday and Tuesday, which Monday already happened. But Tuesday, I'll meet with you, periods 3, 5, and 9. Hopefully you did your homework. So here on this slide, I want you to figure out the difference between prisms and pyramids. Everything on the top here is called a prism, sort of. That's called a cylinder, but it's the same principle. These are all basically prisms. And on the bottom, these are all pyramids, except for this, which is called a cone, but it's the same principle. So the difference between a prism and a pyramid is that with pyramids, they all come to one point. They have one base right here, and instead of another base on top, they come to one central point. With prisms, you have two different bases. But with a pyramid, it'll all come to a point. So there's an interesting video here with some pretty catchy music, actually. I think it's some trombone going on. The question is, how many pyramids with the same base and height does it take to fill up a prism? And you should watch the video. It's kind of cool. It only takes a minute. It's linked on Google Classroom. But spoiler alert for you. See how one of them here fills up roughly 1/3 of it? This one here will fill up 2/3. It takes 3 pyramids to fill up one prism. So if you look at these formulas on the regions, that's why you'll notice that a pyramid's volume is 1/3 of the base times the height. Just a regular prism is just the area of the base times the height. The pyramid's the area of the base times the height, but only 1/3 of it, because 1/3 of the prism is filled up by a pyramid. Now these formulas you should copy down. You get these given to you on the regions, but they are still very helpful to memorize. So like, we should know these area formulas. We've been working with area and circumference for a while. We did the prism and the cylinder yesterday. Today we're going to focus mostly on the pyramid and the cone. But notice that there is also a formula for a sphere, the volume of a sphere, which is 4/3 pi r cubed. Be careful with that, because remember, it's a 3-dimensional measurement, so we'd have to go to 3rd dimension with that. So here we're going to go through and find the volume of these 3 pyramids. Okay, 2 pyramids and a cone, but whatever. So here, the base on this first shape is a triangle. So the area of a triangle is, of course, 1/2 base times the height. And when we're finding the base and the height, we want to find the right angle. So the 2 sides that make up the right angle are the 4 and the 3. So the area of this is 1/2 times 4 times 3, which is 6 square inches. Okay? The volume of this, we we need to do 1/3 times that 6 times the height of the prism, which is 7. And when you multiply all this out, you end up getting 14 cubic inches. All right, for this rectangular pyramid, we have a base that is a rectangle, and the base and the height are 5 and 3. So to find the area of that, you just do 5 times 3, which is 15 square inches. Now, to find the volume of that, same process. 1/3 times that original 15 times the height, which is 12. And multiplying that out, we get that the volume of this pyramid is 60 cubic inches. Okay, moving over to the cone. It's not technically a pyramid because it doesn't have a polygon for a base, but we still find the volume the same way. So the area of the base is going to be pi times the radius squared, or in our case, pi times 5 squared, which is about 78.54 square inches. So to find the volume, we're going to do 1/3 again, because it comes to a point, times 78.54 times the height of the prism itself, which is 10, and that gives us approximately 261.8 cubic inches. So what you need to remember is first find the area of the base, then multiply by the height and multiply by 1/3, or you could just divide by 3 instead of multiplying by 1/3. Your worksheet that you have to do mixes up perimeter area volume questions, so be sure to read what it's actually asking for before you just jump in and start answering it. And think about this as you're going through it. How does the volume of a pyramid differ from the volume of a prism? That's the big takeaway from this. You guys should know that. And your homework is due the Tuesday after break, so you have 2 weeks to complete it. There's no excuses for it to be late. Okay, have fun. Good luck.